Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem, El Shah Bashem, Kakodah Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'll make this video super quick. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. You know, you guess what subject I'm going to go into. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, When This Prophecy Comes to Pass, all you camps out there are going to look stupid. You're going to look stupid. Anyway, this is Tommy Bites Homestead. I've subscribed to her. I've been subscribed to her for many years. It says, prepare. They are planning to change how we live with digital ID by. So she's going to use a particular word, which said, I got to make a video on this. I watched up to this point. I'm going to bring it back to the beginning. It's 9 minutes long. I have it set. You know what? Let me do this. Let me hit the subtitle. Okay. Let me bring it back. I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to let her speak. And it's fair use.
Channel. So there's a difference in digital ID and real ID. Real ID is what they have us going out to get now. This is going to make it easier for them to link that real ID because you had your information.
And you're gonna have to get the real ID whether you like it or not. You're gonna have to be a part of that system in order for you to be continue on the grid. That's not the mark. So you can get the ID. You know, you can get the palm scan, eye retina scan, face scan, fingerprint scan, digital scan, digital palm print, and so forth. Yeah, I hope you know what I'm talking about.
Over to the DMV. This will give them easier access to link you up.
When you go to the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicle, every state has one. When you get the license, that's that's a state ID. Like you have New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia. If you move to Georgia, eventually you'll switch you go to the DMV in Georgia and you get a state ID. This ID that they're trying to give you with the star on it, real ID, it's a national ID. So it's not a state matter. Basically, the state and the federal government have merged into one. So it's a state ID. I mean, a national ID. One step closer to you know what.
To the digital ID. So if you've already gotten a real ID, I don't know how that will affect you. They may be able to do that automatically, because who knows what you signed when you signed the bottom line, right? So I haven't got mine yet. I did update my ID, but
I updated my renewed my license for New York State. I'm good for the next 8 years. I don't think I'll be damned if we go to 8 years, but I believe that maybe in another year, maybe 2, I'm hoping another year, you have to be switched over. They're gonna do something. So you say, well, look, I already paid for 8 years. Okay, well, we'll apply that to the new card. You don't have to pay for it. They're gonna do something. That's why we are known as the watchmen. We see things come in and we tell the people.
But it is not a real ID. When that digital ID comes out, there are going to be a lot of people say they're not going to get it because they don't want to give up their personal information.
You're gonna have to get it in order to stay on the grid. In order to have a car registered, in order to pay rent, in order to pay your mortgage, or in order for your children to go to school, in order for you to go shopping, in order for you to do pretty much any goddamn thing, you gotta have that ID. So we're all gonna have to get that ID. Come on.
information like that, and who knows has access to it, right? So what can they do to force you to do it? This is what we're going to get into today. Check this video out and let me know, are you going to get the digital ID? Because real ID leads to digital ID. Digital ID will lead to that mark.
Did you hear what she just said? For all you dumb, retarded Israelite camps out there. She's not an Israelite. She doesn't know that she's an Israelite, but she knows that the mark is coming. She said real ID is going to lead it to... Let me play that back. For you dummies out there. You fake, phony Israelites out there. Let me come back.
ID, because real ID leads to digital ID.
Real ID leads to digital ID.
Digital ID will lead to that mark.
Digital ID will lead to that mark, which is Revelation 13, 16, and 17. Charagma. For you idiot camps out there that can't see it, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do to your people unless you say, oh, that doesn't mean nothing, take it, and they follow. Then all you motherfuckers are damned. You're condemned. Once you take it, you're done. You're condemned. You're not going to make it. You're going to eat a warhead.
Government won't force you to get a digital ID. Instead, it'll make not having one so uncomfortable you'll end up opting in anyway. I won't get a digital ID. I'll never install it. I'll just buy an old Nokia and opt out. Alright, so let's model those approaches to not complying with the communists in number 10. Because here's what people forget. Governments don't have to force you to comply. They just change the world around you until you don't feel you have a choice left.
Left, right, it doesn't matter. This is what happened today.
I want to be able to form my own opinions.
Goddamn commercial. Fuck your opinion, man.
Attention passengers, the train is now departing. We will...
Another goddamn commercial. Oh boy.
And what they'll do is, you're going to need that digital ID, maybe to get into the grocery store. I showed y'all in Canada what they're installing at the grocery stores to stop people from going in the grocery store.
And I showed you that video
yesterday. The digital
I showed you that video yesterday.
They just haven't put the scanner up there yet. Or they could have...
It's called gradualism, folks. For you yellow bus, short yellow bus going to school people. All right? It's called gradualism.
Attach it to your bank account. That means you won't have access to your funds. Therefore, you won't be able to live life regularly, especially if you don't have a backup food situation going on or money on the side where you can still function and pay your bills.
You can't pay your bills with dollar bills. You can't use paper money. Those credit cards are going to be obsolete. You're going to have to be in the system. You're going to have to pay for things with the CBDC, central bank digital currency, which eventually, in order for you to get access to your CBDCs, you're going to have to get the chip in your hand, your right hand, your left hand, your forehead.
But what if where you pay your bills no longer take cash? Because we know what's happening.
A lot of places they don't take cash. I went to the DMV in New York DMV. I had to pay. I had to go park in the parking lot. And when I came out to pay, they said we don't accept cash. There was nobody, no attendant there, nobody around. He said you needed some sort of, bank card, credit card, some sort of app on your phone. And I pulled out one of my bank card and I paid for it. It was like $3 and change. And I was on my merry little way. So there you go. There's certain stores that you go to that they don't accept cash. When you go to like the BJ's, I go to BJ's. There's three or four BJ's I can go to in my area. If one don't have what I want, certain items that they have in one place that they don't have in another. So sometimes you got to go to another BJ's to get, like for example, I might get the garlic, organic garlic. There's one BJ, I mean there's a couple of BJ's that don't carry the organic, they carry the regular, but there's one that carry the garlic, the organic, which is in Pelham, which is across the bridge. If you know the Bronx, it's across that bridge to get into the Bronx. You cross that bridge, you're in the Bronx. So basically, it's like the Bronx. So there's going to be a time where, when you go to pay your payments, anytime I go to BJ's, for example, so you kind of do a guessing game, you know, where you're hoping that you pay with cash, because I like to pay with cash. But sometimes it comes up, you can't use cash. Okay, I got a bank card. Boom, I'm out of there. But like I said, all that's going to be obsolete. You're going to have a chip. You go to BJ's. You use that chip. Use the scanner. Get your items. Scan your hand. And you're out. Takes it out of your bank, your CBDC account. You keep playing games like this is a damn joke. You're going to look like jackasses when you're going to have to explain to your dumb followers what this thing is all about.
Happening to the dollar. And all you have is that digital ID to access paying your bills.
And you know that the food stamp thing, you had all these you notice these black women ain't making no videos about the food, but if they don't give me that, I ain't got no money on my food stamps, I'm rushing through. I'm taking my shit and I'm going, I dare nigga to jump in my face. Well, they ain't making it no more, because guess what? They got appeased. They got their EBTs. They got their money back. And as soon as they got their money, they thanked Jesus and they went to the supermarket or wherever the fuck they go to. But guess what? The next time they may do it, I'm going to give you this scenario. They'll do it the next time and they'll say there's too much fraud with the food stamp, the EBT cards. So what you got to do is get a special card that covers everything. Then eventually it's going to turn to the chip. So what do you think your black women are going to say when they have to accept? They're going to accept that chip because they don't know the scriptures. They don't know how many women you know the scriptures?
Getting fuel pumped into your car. Let's not forget, like in the UK, you will need it to be able to work.
I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID.
And this nigga's happy. He's happier than he's a happy fellow. I mean, you can just see he's a happy fellow. Let me spell it out.
Mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament.
End of this parliament is the beginning of a new parliament, which is less than a month. It's 8. We're talking 22 days is the end of this parliament. So the beginning of the new parliament, January 1st, by the time that comes in, everybody's going to get it. I know 2 million some odd people protest. That protest is not going to work. You have to get that ID.
You see, I'm old enough to remember 1995 when the internet first hit homes. People said it was a fad. Who needs email? Who wants to shop online? Then came online banking and phones and streaming and tax returns. You can still live offline, of course, but now it's like living without electricity. It's possible, but it's expensive, awkward, and increasingly shut out.
I got an easy pass. You know why? Because certain bridges you go over, they'll say if you got an easy pass, It's $2.50, $3, whatever. If you don't have an Easy Pass, we take a picture of your license, we send you a bill. The bill's going to be like $10. If you happen to use that particular toll 2-3 times a week, that shit adds up. So guess what? You're going to go get an Easy Pass. That's how they're going to do it.
Same pattern happened with money laundering laws. They didn't tell you to prove.
And by the way, anywhere in New York, the tri-state region, New York City, the surrounding areas of New York, you know, you got you got Jersey, then you got Connecticut. They're all under one system. So if you go through a toll in Connecticut, you can use the same Easy Pass. You go to Pennsylvania. I believe Pennsylvania too, it applies. I know in Jersey it applies. Now in New York, in New York State, I believe, it's all, you know, you can't use cash, no cash. They'll take a picture of your license plates, or you have to have an Easy Pass. Like I said, this is called gradualism.
Prove your identity. They told your solicitor, your estate agent, your bank that they would be fined if they didn't check you. So you didn't choose to hand over your ID. You just couldn't move forward in your life.
One says the bank explained eventually the bank would be asking this of all of their customers.
Without it. And that is how digital ID will spread. Not through law, but through logistics. Your bank, your landlord, your employer, all building systems that will only work one way. You will wake up one morning and realise that the thieving, scheming, progressive left now have control over your life.
So want to make sure you...
Yeah, I want to say this. There's a video, I didn't get a chance to watch it. It was in my thumbnail. I'll try to find it. It was a news station that has a YouTube page. And they're saying that people are buying things that have tariffs placed upon it. And what people are doing, they'll buy it, they'll pay the tax, they'll bring it home. Let's say it's a car or furniture or whatever, it comes from China. Because there's a tariff on China right now. And what they're doing now is about a month later, you get a bill to pay that tariff. So guess what? Who pays it? Now Nero 47 says he's going to put tariffs on all these nations, 20%, 30%, 50%, which means that if the tariff is placed upon China, for example, for a car, the car would be, if it's 20% tariff on a car that's $20,000, if the tariff's 20%, it would be $24,000. Guess what? China's not paying that tariff. They don't have to raise the price. They send they might sell the car in the particular model in bulk over here in the United States to a dealer. Edomite that owns a what is it called? BYD, Build Your Dreams. There's a car company out there. I mean, these cars are like, forget about it. Anyway, let's say it's a 20,000 BYD. You pay the tax, you pay the DMV tax, whatever tax you got to pay. And you go home, you drive in the car, you're happy. Then the feds send you a bill for an extra $4,000 because that's the tariff. So now Nero made it seem like he was going to place tariffs on China where it's going to hurt. It's not hurting China. China's getting their money. The dealers are getting their money. See, if it was placed on the dealership, then you wouldn't buy the car. Oh, no, I'm not buying that car. No, I'll buy it for $20,000, not for no damn 20. So guess what? They let you buy the car. Then after you get the car, you get the bill for the tariff. So guess what? The tariff for you, dumbass. You fucking dummies. That's the tariff for you. Nero 47 pulled another fast one on you. Especially you red hat wearing Fucking clowns. But he could have said, I'm going to raise taxes. People will riot. Let me call it something else. A tariff is nothing but a tax. That's all it is. It's another way of saying a fucking tax. Bunch of dummies.
Or going ahead and stocking up your home, getting your rations in, things that you and your family already use. Get those stockpiled up, because we don't know where this is actually going. We see what's happening in other countries, and all we can do is presume that it will happen here, because it
is going to happen here if you know the scriptures. But you don't want to listen. Well, you're an Israelite. I ain't going to hear what you got to say. Look, I listen to Pam. I go to the 28:19. Pam is going to lead you. He's going to lead you right into hell. Look at this. Okay, this is Nino Brown. Everybody going broke. We are in trouble. And you put this man, you put Nero in office, you know? Stay vigilant and brace for impact. Jacob's trouble is right at the door. It's here, but it's going to escalate. And you, Jakes, ain't ready for it. When has a nigger pastor ever teach a sermon on Jacob's trouble? What was that all about? When did he ever go to any book in Revelation? You're going to find out the hard way.
Every time something happens somewhere else, guess what? The United States signs up for it. Now might be the time you want to take some of your money out of your bank accounts and just hold it aside.
That's good. That money's going to turn into toilet paper. What you mean hold on to your money? That money's going to turn into toilet paper. That money will be obsolete. That paper money.
Just in case they decide down the road to do what they are doing.
What you do with money, you buy assets, you buy things, tangible things. That's your money, tangible things. Before you had a money system, you had a barter system.
Doing in Vietnam.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays.
Vietnam has closed 86 million bank accounts. They've frozen them, seized the assets, but they've closed the accounts. And that's 43% of all the accounts. There's around 200 million in Vietnam. Really? And the quote that they give is, prevent fraud and cybercrime. It's always in your best interest, except when it isn't. Can you imagine that number, 86 million, how many millions of people and families that have actually gone into serious trouble because they cannot access their account, either because they refused or couldn't give the digital ID. That's what they wanted. You had to register.
They did that a couple of years ago in Nigeria. You was only allowed to get, I think it was 45 Nigerian dollars. And there's a term for the digital money. This is happening like behind the scenes. Like everybody came, like the premier of the prime minister of Great Britain, like he came up with a bright idea. Then you had the prime minister or the president of some African nation that they came up with that idea. It's a great idea. No, they all get a script. They all get a memo. They're nothing but puppets.
Digital ID with biometric data. Give more of your privacy away without your choice.
Just happened in Vietnam. The government closed 86 million
This is new. This is old news as of what, 6-8 months ago.
bank accounts just because people refuse to hand over their biometric data. Let that sink in, guys. 86 million people locked out of accessing their own money. To me, this is proof of where the global digital ID system is headed. Centralized, mandatory, total control for the state. And as scary as this is, you don't need to panic because there are things that you can do. Firstly, build practical independence. Land, water, energy, food, and a like-minded community. These are the 5 pillars of freedom that, should you need to, will allow you to completely disconnect from the system. Secondly, you can educate yourself and structure your life to create independence within the system, using tools like companies, trusts, private agreements, and constitutions to protect your freedom while still keeping access.
I want to thank y'all for watching, and I want you to know, do not feel discouraged. Do not feel...
I want them to stop dragging their feet and hurry up and do it. Hurry up and chip every goddamn body so we can get the fuck out of here.
Depressed, where you're going to be sunken into that and can't move forward. Yes, you're going to feel anxiety. You're going to feel some fear, but we cannot fear man. What we have to do is grow our faith in God, read our scriptures, and know.
You can't read the scriptures if you don't understand them. The scriptures is written in code. You just open them and read Psalms. Oh, that's great. Let me read Psalm 23. You can't do that. That book is written in code. It's only for the prophets. And you knock the prophets. You knock the Israelites. Read the Bible. Read the Bible for what? You might as well read a Chinese fucking Bible.
So that we will conquer.
You always eat the fruit of your work in the next season. If you don't like your life in this season, your life is the product of your words. Anybody I've met who's done great things, they don't speak in maybe, they don't use the word might, they speak with a level of certainty. The Bible says that the power of life and...
Look at this guy prophesying. Look at this nigga, he got a hat on prophesying. Christians don't know it. You got the women all, that's deep. That's deep. Fucking women don't know nothing, man. 7 women should take hold of 1 man. I see that crystal clear. You're going to need a man. Matter of fact, I told it, chick in the elevator. She had said something about she can't carry the laundry to the, I told her to go to the laundry down the street. She said, well, my back, I hurt my back. And I said, and I know she ain't got a man, so I was, kind of flirting a little bit. And I said, that's why you need a man. And then she kind of laughed, she's thinking about that shit. So that's why you need a man, baby.
Death is in your tongue, and when you say might or maybe, you're speaking death over a vision. But when you say will, I can, I will, I shall.
Oh, you can see that these are fucking bugged out Christians. God logic is probably in the way.
And if you paid attention, I've tried to disciple you to sound more like Jesus and less like those dysfunctional, depressed Christians. And even the psalmist knew I might feel depression.
He's a Christian, but he's not dysfunctional and depressed. He's a good Christian. He's straight. He's balanced.
But I don't just say what I feel.
Where's the scriptures at? I mean, at least quote a scripture, goddammit.
Acknowledge what I feel, but I finish my sentence. And oh yeah, I'm depressed, but I'm about to be delivered. I'm discouraged, but I'm not denied. I'm pressed on every side, but not crushed.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry, let me do this. What the hell's going on? Okay, anyway, with that, shalom, on to the next.